Welcome back to Junk Films, a channel where we don't just make cinematic videos but also do unboxing and review. And today we are gonna be unboxing Xiaomi's latest flagship smartphone, the Mi 11T Pro. September of 15, 2021, Xiaomi launched a bunch of products in its global launch event, and one of the main highlights of the event was the launch of the Mi 11T Pro. Now the Mi 11T Pro comes with a bunch of interesting features, one of the main highlights being the 120 watts HyperCharge, which can charge your device up to 100% in just 17 minutes. Now that's mind-blowing. Now we will talk more about all the features of the Mi 11T Pro and also give my review after using it for almost more than a week now. So before that, let's unbox the Mi 11T Pro. Now Xiaomi has a way of doing things, and they sent me the Xiaomi 11T Pro in this beautiful box. So let's open it. So here we have the Xiaomi 11T Pro in the box, and if we look closely, we have a very simple and clean box with Xiaomi 11T Pro branding at the top and sound by Harman Kardon. Now without wasting any time, let's open the box. In the top, we have the SIM ejector tool, some paperwork, and a simple transparent case for protection, and nothing else here. Let's keep this aside and move on to the phone. So here is the Xiaomi 11T Pro, brand new and fresh out of the box. Feels great to hold it in the hands, and we'll keep it aside for a moment and check out what's more in the box. Next, inside the box we get the 120 watts hypercharger, and wow, this is a really big and a heavy charger. I have actually never seen a charger of this size before, and I think the charging speed is gonna be really fast. And after that, we also of course get the USB-C cable inside the box. And that's it for the unboxing. Now let's give you a physical overview of the phone. So the phone is a bit on the heavy side, but also it's nice to hold it. In the display, we got the punch hole design, and we get the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus. Also, I can see that we have a protective glass already installed, which is very thoughtful of Xiaomi. On the right side, we get the power button also acting as the fingerprint scanner, and we also got the volume rockers. And on the left side, it is completely clean. On the bottom, we have the Type-C port, the speakers, and also we get the dual SIM support for 5G, but we don't have any headphone jack. In the top, we have another speaker, the IR Blaster, and also a branding of Harman Kardon. Then moving towards the back side, we get the triple camera setup, 108 megapixel primary camera, 5 megapixel macro camera, and 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. The back is shiny, and I have the meteorite grey color and the 8GB RAM and 256GB variant with me. If we look closely, the back has some kind of brushed texture in it, and you can see some thin lines brushed through the whole surface. And I think this looks really cool and adds to the premium feel of the phone. So that's the physical overview of the Xiaomi 11T Pro. Now talking about the performance, I don't think there should be any question about it, considering that it has the latest flagship Snapdragon 888 octa-core processor, giving you up to 2.84 GHz of clock speed, and it does hold up to the expectations. Gaming is smooth and supports the highest settings. I haven't experienced any frame drops or lags while playing any high graphic games, and I have played some really heavy games this time, like Genshin Impact, which is a very huge game, and the Xiaomi 11T Pro was able to handle it really well. I also played Fortnite, which is another very huge game and graphic intensive, and it performed really well in that too. Talking about high frame rate in games, we also of course get the 120Hz Full HD Plus AMOLED display in the Mi 11T Pro, which is 6.67 inch in dimension and with a resolution of 2400 x 1080. It has 480Hz of touch sampling rate, so the display is very responsive and very smooth to use. It has true color display capable of displaying over 1 billion colors and also supports Dolby Vision and HDR10+. So you can basically view content in HDR with no issue. Also, we have a feature called sunlight mode, which from the name you can understand that it helps us to view the display better in bright sunlight. But even without this sunlight mode, we are getting a peak brightness of 1000 nits, which works just fine even in outdoors. Now, with a display of 120Hz and a processor which can play very high graphic intensive games, you might be worried that how will the battery hold up. Well, I was worried too, but you don't have to be worried about it. Why? Because the 120 watts HyperCharge can charge your device up to 100% in just 17 minutes. Imagine you're in a situation where you have to go somewhere urgently and you see that your phone is running low on battery. Well, just charge your Mi 11T Pro for just 10 minutes and it will give you enough battery to last you a very long time. Now that's what I call making your life easy. Now apart from the charging speed, I also felt that the 5000 mAh battery that the Mi 11T Pro comes with was enough to last you a very long time. The 5nm power efficient manufacturing process of the Snapdragon 888 is optimized very well to save power in the Mi 11T Pro. Now another thing that I've noticed is that Xiaomi is working more and more to improve the audio quality of the speakers with every new phone that they releases, and the Mi 11T Pro is no exception for that. The Mi 11T Pro has dedicated dual speakers and sound by Harman Kardon, which is a big brand, and the speakers also support Dolby Atmos. The speakers are really amazing. It is loud and clear, and I don't know how else to explain it, but it is one of the best speakers that I have ever heard in a phone. Let me give you an idea of how loud this speaker is. Now another main highlight of the Mi 11T Pro, apart from the 120 watts HyperCharge, is its camera. And most phones suffer in low light conditions, and to test just that, I took this phone with me on my friend's birthday party and took some pictures in low light and artificial lighting conditions, and I was shocked to see the results. So this picture was taken on the Xiaomi 11T Pro, and as you can see, there is almost no grain in the image even if the lighting was really low. And you know how the restaurant lighting is. Pictures had a lot of detail and clarity, and the colors were also very accurate. Now pictures in normal lighting conditions are also really awesome. They have a lot of detail in them and a really high dynamic range. Personally, I am really impressed by the pictures that came out of the Xiaomi 11T Pro. Now this picture is taken in 108 megapixel and it looks exactly like previous pictures, but the difference really starts to be seen when we zoom in. We can see that we have a lot of detail preserved even if we have almost zoomed in 50% into the picture. 110 megapixel also helps a lot in low light conditions in capturing a lot of details. I have also used the Pro mode to shoot long exposure pictures at night, and as you can see the results, the pictures turned out really amazing. There is very less amount of grain in the images. The selfie camera performed really well too. Pictures were sharp and detailed. Also, I love the colors as they didn't try to oversaturate me. Now, Xiaomi never compromises with giving you a ton of features. So of course we have dedicated modes to shoot creative pictures like the long exposure. We have a bunch of effects. I used the star trail effect to shoot this picture, which I think turned out amazing. And of course we got the ultra wide mode and the macro mode. The ultra wide camera quality is really good too. Now the macro mode is what I like to talk about, because it's like going into a completely different dimension when you shoot in macro in this device. Just have a look at some samples. The details in the macro mode pictures were mind-blowing. As long as you have great light, you will always get amazing pictures which we can't see with our naked eyes. I have personally become a big fan of the macro mode, and it just never fails to impress me. Now Xiaomi did a really good job in improving the macro picture quality. but I just would like to have more megapixel count in the macro lens because 5 megapixel sounds a bit low, but even now with just 5 megapixel this is producing amazing macro mode pictures. Now that's for the picture, but what really got me excited was the video quality. We got up to 8K AI video recording. The quality of the videos are just out of this world. The natural background blur that comes right out of the camera almost feels like a DSLR, and that is really amazing because the aperture of the smartphone cameras are really small, and it's a really big achievement for Xiaomi 11T Pro to achieve this kind of background blur in videos. Here you can see some samples of videos that I recorded in 4K, and tell me what do you think about the quality. I also recorded some videos in almost zero light where I used only the smartphone screen to light myself, and as you can see the quality is really amazing. Now giving you high quality videos is one thing, but what really makes a camera a pro grade camera, as Xiaomi likes to call it, is being able to autofocus perfectly. In my experience till now shooting with the Xiaomi 11T Pro, I absolutely love the autofocus. The focus is quick and precise, and the transition of the focus is so smooth. It's almost rack focusing, which I am a big fan of, by the way. But the only condition is that you should have a very good lighting and the object must be properly lit. Here you can see that it is automatically focusing on me as I appear in front of the camera. Autofocus is a very important feature and can help you a lot while shooting cinematic videos, and the Xiaomi 11T Pro has not disappointed me at all. Talking about the user interface in the Mi 11T Pro, it of course comes with the MIUI 12.5 and the Android 11. It runs smoothly, and overall I have had an amazing user experience with the UI. I always loved the MIUI, although there is a little room for improvement, but trust me, it's fine. Now I have almost covered all the features of the Mi 11T Pro, which I thought was interesting and worth sharing. Now the official price of the Mi 11T Pro has not been released in India yet, but it is expected to be around 42 to 49,000 rupees. And if it is true and the price range is between 42 to 49 for the Mi 11T Pro, hands down this phone is gonna have the best camera in this market. Xiaomi has literally made this phone for videos, and their tagline literally reads cinematic, and I can't wait to shoot cinematic videos and short films with the Mi 11T Pro. I think we are gonna have some mind-blowing results. So that is it guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to our channel if you want to see cinematic videos and tech reviews like this. Comment what you think of the Mi 11T Pro, and also give this video a thumbs up if you loved it. And I will see you in the next one, but before that, follow me on Instagram at @JungFilm07. I'll be posting a lot of pictures shot with the Mi 11T Pro, so go and follow me on Instagram. And that is it guys, thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.